Hey guys, I'm going to teach you how to make some chicken broth and vegetable broth. Let's go. I usually throw all my bones in one container, freeze them until it's time to make broth, and that's what I got here. Who knows how many pounds of poor little creatures live in here, but there's the bones. Washed up this celery, washed up some carrots, and I've got 2 onions chopped. Just going to show you something here. Be careful, I'm dangerous with a knife. This end here going to end up in my pot for my future vegetable stock. Same with these ends here. These carrots, just going to chop the ends off, just like that. I'm going to put, let's say 4 celery stalks in there. You don't have to really give a hoot how pretty it looks. Just cut her up. It's not some fancy schmancy thing. In there they go. One more. Good enough. I've already quartered my onion. Good enough. Hey, these babies are still sitting around. They're dying to get in the pot. I have a big honkin' pot here that I do make my stock out of. Let's pour it in here. Yes, I could have put it all in the pot in the first place. I know that now. I am going to fill this pot up with water to the point that it's covering the bones. So, flavor, onion powder, garlic powder, salt. Making broth does require a fair bit of salt. I would probably say I put in a tablespoon of salt there. Pepper, that much. Going to bring it to a boil, then simmer it down, probably for 2 hours. I'm now going to make some vegetable stock. Let's get to her, shall we? Over the course of time, whenever I'm using vegetables, all the ends and the pieces, I just chuck them in a bag, put them in the freezer, all kinds of stuff. I've got celery. I've even got one of these guys. Okay, let's pour some water on her. Once again, we are covering the water right over all of these vegetables. Well, we know we have to add salt, don't we? I'm going to say a tablespoon. Pepper, this time I'm going to put it right in the pot rather than on my hand. I'm going to put a teaspoon in of there. Let's put her on the stove, cook it up, taste it. It's boiling nicely right now. This is my chicken stock. So I'm going to reduce that to a simmer. And soon you're going to find that it gets very foamy. And I'm going to show you later, but we're going to take the foam off because what happens if I do not remove that, the stock becomes quite cloudy. During this process, you're going to find some grease on your chicken stock. Skim it off like that. My chicken and vegetable stock have been simmering now for about 2 hours. You can certainly simmer it for longer than that. The more you simmer it, the richer the flavors are going to get. I've already strained all my vegetables here on my vegetable stock. The flavor is so great, I do not have to add anything to this. Okay, so it's reduced a minimum of 1/3. I'm now going to strain it. Oh, damn, that's heavy. Holy moly. Okay, oh golly. What are you gonna do with all those wonderful vegetables and all that nice meat? I'm gonna chuck it. Well, I guess you could use it for... No. Some people make their chicken stock out of a whole chicken. That's great. What I do, as I mentioned earlier, is all the time I have a turkey or if I have chicken bones, I just freeze them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to strain it one more time. It's still a little warm. Got to cool it off before I label it and freeze it. I like to store it in about 4 cup measures. That way, you know, I'm making soup for 1, making soup for 2, double it up. I just think 4 cup measures works for me. Altogether, I would say that took about, let's give it a generous 2 hours 30. So in 2 hours and 30, I have some doggone good, I know exactly what's in it, stock. Those chicken bones, which by the way, one little chicken was a turkey, made about 20 ounces of really flavorful chicken stock. 2 weeks of vegetable ends made me whatever the hell's there. Now, you probably noticed I didn't do anything else to the chicken stock. No, when I'm making my soup or whenever, as you know, I throw a lot of stock into anything I make, that's when I add my seasonings. So give it a whirl, treat your family to some good wholesome stock, and I think you'll enjoy the process. Ciao for now.